welcome back to another great day of Bible class. Now, this is another great story, and I hope you liked the cooking of the lion chow yesterday, because we're going to do a little bit of cooking today as well. It's going to be awesome. Anyway, we're going to talk today about one man who stood up for what God had told him to stand up for today. So, one man against the world, basically is how this all plays out. He has to have such strong, what we would call conviction, or he is so convinced about what God says is true that he'll do anything that God tells him to. And this goes way back into Genesis chapter 6. And today we're going to talk about this man named Noah. Now, in my flannel graph presentations, remember the main character and the good guy is typically in purple. So, yes, this is the same one that has been Moses or Daniel or any other, but today, Mr. Purple is Noah. And God comes and talks to Noah and says, you need to build an ark because people aren't so good right now. And it says that Noah was righteous and that he listened to God. And so he built himself an ark. Now God tells him to make this out of gopher wood or cypress wood. Well, we don't know exactly what kind of wood that is today, but it doesn't matter, because guess what Noah did? He obeyed. He obeyed. Then God said, we're going to gather up 2 of every animal. And so, Noah has this door open, and the animals start pouring inside. And this is big. There's what we would call decks. There's 3 decks. And so that's just a fancy term that boat people use for levels of the boat. And so we've got animals coming in from every which way, every direction. Maybe the monkeys are hanging out up here. They're monkeys. It doesn't say it went straight into the door. I wouldn't be surprised if the monkeys did some kind of crazy backflip and went right in. And maybe even some giraffes. The giraffes are pretty tall and sometimes they get confused, so they're actually pointing the wrong way. Now, there's some really smart people out there that say there's no way all these animals could have fit on the boat. Well, who says they have to be adults? Maybe he took baby lions. Maybe baby giraffes went on there. Maybe baby cows. Maybe baby elephants. Then all of a sudden, it really shrinks down pretty fast, right? So he takes 2 of every kind of animal, and then the clean animals, he gets to put 7 pairs of clean animals on there. So there's a lot of animals. Now, God tells Noah it's going to rain, so you need to get on the boat. Now, Noah is very obedient here because he's never seen rain. It would be like that movie Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, and I say go inside because, well, pancakes are going to start falling from the sky, or popcorn's going to start falling from the sky, or instead of actual water, it's going to rain milk, which would be awesome because I love milk. And so that's what Noah's thinking. What is rain? But you told me to build this thing, and animals are walking into it. And so Noah knows this. But see, Noah is not going to go alone. Noah takes his wife. Noah will also take his sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. So, if your door is a little off kilter, or maybe your table's wobbling, you put in a Shem so it stops and it fixes it. So you remember him. Ham is delicious because it's a pig, right? And we all like pig, like ham, bacon, sausage. And Japheth, well, good luck with that one. So, but also they have their wives that come with them. Whew. Okay, these animals are on the ark. Woo! The animals are on the ark. except for the elephants. They're a little slow and the monkeys up there. So, that lady's up there. The men are up there. This lady is going to. And then this one, this character, she's already on the boat. This character, I chose the queen or the princess for a reason. Now, I chose her because I need you to remember all the time that no matter what, you are God's son or you are God's daughter. You are always royalty. And it didn't matter if it was at this time or now, we are all God's children. And if he's the one true king, that makes us royalty. And so they all go on the boat after the other wife, obviously. That's not biblical, but that's the way it happened in the flannel graph today. So they're all rocking on this boat, and it starts to rain. And it says it rains for 40 days and 40 nights. And the rain is so high that my Bible says that it is 20 feet higher than the highest mountain. Most Bibles will say 15 cubits. So we're going to put the ark back on the water. And so the ark is floating and going around, and the water's coming tumbling down, and it takes 40 days and 40 nights for the water to stop. But don't you see puddles and different things like that after the rain stops here? And the answer is yeah. Or when you go to the lake after a lot of rain, the water raises way up in the air. That's the same thing here. It takes 120 days for the water to go back down. And we're going to learn all about that tomorrow. But this is a long time to be cooped up with a ton of animals and only see 8 other people. This is another quarantine social distancing situation, only they're doing it in a floating zoo. And you don't just look at the animals, you hear them, you smell them, you see them all day long, all night long. And so this is the story of Noah's Ark. Now we're going to head on over to the kitchen. All right, and welcome back to Cooking with Chef Matt. We are going to make Noah's Ark today. But first, the first rule of making any food is wash your hands, ye sinners. So, we'll wash our hands. I won't turn it so hot today. It got really hot yesterday. So we got to go for 20 seconds. So, I guess I'll talk for 20 seconds. We're probably 5 seconds in right now. Make that about 10. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 35, 47, 12. That's nice and warm. All right, nice and clean. All right. Maybe I won't use so many paper towels today. All right. So, to make Noah's Ark, the first thing we need is pita bread. This is nice and sealed up. So we're just going to rip her open, and here it is. So, that's our pita bread. Now, if you are a professional chef or a professional baker, you can make this at home. Obviously, I'm not. So the first thing we need is a knife, because we've got to cut this bad boy in half, just like, now, this is probably the step that you should allow some responsible adult to do. Lucky for me, there's not a responsible adult around. All right, so now we open it up. We don't need this piece, but you know what? I'll make 2 of these. Anyway, so the book actually says you should use a plastic knife for this. Or you can like I did. So your first step is peanut butter. So we put peanut butter on the inside. This would be the gopher wood built for the ark. The peanut butter would be like the pitch that was used, and the pitch was to seal the ark up. So we make sure we get a nice good glob of peanut butter in there. And that looks good to me. Now, we add some strawberry jelly. Mmm. Now, if you don't like strawberry jelly, then don't use strawberry jelly. Use grape jelly, use caramel, use honey. Peanut butter and honey is very good. Now, look at there. We've got a good arc going. So, this is just like a peanut butter and jelly pita sandwich. Not a lot like the arc, except for the shape that we traditionally use. Okay? So, next, we got to put animals on the arc. So this is our last ingredient. Animal crackers. Now, the book says the basic original animal crackers, but if you got the really cool parents, unlike my children, you get the Frosted Circus animal ones that are really good, right? So now, we get to stuff the arc full of as many animals as we can put in there. I just put in a rhino. I like rhinos. And we just keep putting in the aminals. I don't know what that is. Broken. I think it's an elephant without a trunk. So, the animals we put inside the ark just like God put in the ark. And just like God did, He protected them in the ark. But I like to eat peanut butter and jellies, but unfortunately keto, and so I don't eat peanut butter and jellies anymore. But this is a great lunch that you can make at home and tell your parents all about Noah's Ark, because Noah obeyed just like you should obey your parents, and he was righteous and he had the holy fear of God that we should all have. You guys are amazing. You have a great day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.